You are watching the Dee Armstrong Show. You know, last week, even before we went on the air, I got a call from the stars of Harry's Law, and they wanted to congratulate us on the show. And we got to talk with them about their opening. They hit the ground running. It is gangbusters. This is our conversation that we had.
We've been very lucky. These things are completely unpredictable. Opening night, we had a little over 11 million people. Our second episode, something like 10.5 million.
The lowest drop-off in television.
Of all the shows, of all the shows this fall for a drama, we had the fewest viewers drop off from episode 1 to episode 2. So we're hoping to keep that momentum going throughout the season.
And thank you for watching.
Yes, thank you.
Watching.
We like to do this job for 5 years, if that's possible.
Yes,
so if you could give that to us, that'd be wonderful.
All of you
because we don't get along at all.
Entities in your own. But I'm going to start with Christopher with this pointed question. How did you get here? I mean, you've done so much in the past. How did you get here?
That's a good question. How did I get here to David Kelly's show? Well, first of all, it was a great honor. My agent called me and said, there's a David Kelly show. I said, done. Let's go. And then when I read the character, Tommy Jefferson, was like, wow. Wow. So it was a lot. And he comes out shooting both barrels at all times. Working with Nadir was a treat. Material was really rapid fire, very full of himself, very rich character, and I was delighted. A David Kelly classic in the making, we hope. And I'm having a great time on the set and working, and it's supposed to be like a 3-character arc, and it's turned into like most of the shows, which is just, I think David liked writing for me, and I would just, you know, thank my lucky stars every night that I had this kind of material to work with. You don't get that very often.
Wonderful. Now, you have such a resume.
It is.
What is your favorite part that you've ever played?
My favorite part I've ever played, I did a bit in a movie called Quiz Show with Robert Redford, and it was a true life story about the rigging of the game shows back in the early 50s. And it was one of those things that I had such a blast working with him. The movie still holds up. It's been at least 10, 12 years, and he was a joy to work with. And I've been lucky. I've had a lot of great parts. You know, but that's when it really stands out.
There's a lady in a picture behind you holding a gun. It's Kathy Bates.
Yeah,
You're
big fan of her,
Kathy Bates.
That's the reason we're all here today, as a matter of fact.
Isn't that something? She's another one. I tell you, we rent the movies, we watch them 10, 20, 30 times. What is it like working with Kathy Bates?
Kathy Bates.
It's a joy. It's a joy.
The best.
Yeah, she's the consummate professional.
Yeah.
She's
awe-inspiring.
She's incredible, and she brings her A game no matter what time it is, what day it is. It's Friday, you know, night at 4 in the morning. We're working all day, and it's going on hour number 70. Her intensity and her focus is just as strong then as it was, you know, first thing Monday morning, and it makes you bring your A game every time too. So she lifts the levels of everyone else's performance in the show. She's our anchor, and we're very, very lucky to have her.
And that was my next
question. She's an actor's actor as well.
I have a young son who wants to be an actor, is doing quite well in some of his auditions. Does she bring tips? Does she school you boys and teach you how to get it done? The younger ones. I know, Christopher, you got it.
Yeah. Well, Chris is pretty young.
Pretty young.
Yeah, pretty young. I think with Kathy, what she does, she doesn't like to dictate to anybody, and she gives everyone. She does it by giving you space to do what you do, and she respects any actor that comes onto the set and actually wants to be an actor, and that's what I found with her. When I first worked with her on the courtroom scene, it was like 12-hour shoot, and I was just made sure I was focused and staying in character. And I remember her pulling me aside and saying, you know, son, you know, you're doing really well to just be there, being off camera and giving me everything you've got. So she leads by example. You know, that's the best way to put it, and I think that's the best way to learn. You know, that's how I've learned by being here and being kind of just watching and observing how she conducts herself.
You know, I have to ask, Columbus is right next to this place called Fort Benning, which is the largest military facility in the world. Any of you guys ever gotten close to us?
Columbus, Georgia. No, I've never been to Columbus, Georgia. I've been to Atlanta. That's about as close as I've been.
Atlanta, beautiful place. Freezing right now.
Close enough. We have to localize.
Soldiers, thank you for your service.
Now, I'm not going to hold it against you for not having been to Columbus, but you owe me one. We are the national champs, and Auburn, Alabama is like our sister city. Auburn is the champs. Can you say War Eagle before we go? War Eagle, that's our war cry. War Eagle.
War Eagle. Let's go. Go on, you.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. War Eagle. that was fun. You can catch Harry's Law Mondays at 10, 9 Central. Mr. Cardio Tone when we come back.